We're live. Hey, everybody. Hola, this Sunday evening, June the 8th. Can y'all believe it's June already? I cannot. I cannot believe it's June. It feels like this year is moving super fast. Well, not just this year. Seems like time itself is just going faster. Going faster, going faster. It's going faster. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Definitely. I'm live. I'm a little late today. I just got off the highway. I was traveling for this weekend. I went to a birthday party. My aunt had a birthday party in North Carolina. So I went up there for the birthday party and now I'm back. We drove back today. So I'm here, came back to hop on live real quick, make sure that we can get what we need for the week. I've got to make sure my microphone acts right. Y'all know this happens as soon as you get on something, it decides it's ready to malfunction. And here we are. Good evening, everybody. I see a couple comments is popping in. Hey, Sassy Linda. Hey, TJ. And Julie, how y'all doing? I hope y'all had a good weekend. Maybe some time away from the screens. I took some time away from the screens, but y'all already know the life of a trader does not allow for lots of time away from the screen. Because even when I'm away from my screens, I'm thinking about that what I should be doing on my screens or what I could be doing on my screens. So, but I do take time on the weekends for downtime because I think we have to take that time to let your systems decompress and like think about other things and do other things. And really, I'm working on getting us to where we're doing less and less screen time, really working on our strategies to make sure that we can do less and less screen time. Hey, Melissa, how you doing? Janae, hey there. TJ said, I've been on these screens and on your recording all weekend. There we go, sis. When it comes level up time, now I will say, as you move through the process and as you level up, there will be seasons where you will take more time. I know for me, when I decided I was going to level up my game as it pertained to my charting and doing my technical analysis, I had to take more time on the screens when I was on the weekends because you can't do that kind of studying and training and stuff when the market is open. So I spent more time on the weekends with my screens because I wanted to make sure I was able to make sure I was learning. And that learning has to take place when you're not when the market is open. Basically, you can't do the learning when the market is open. I heard somebody say, it's been a few years ago now, that the money is made on the weekends. That the setup from revisit. There we go. I was like refresh. You revisit your trades from the week, see how the trades from the week went. You look at what trades you may want to put on for the coming week. You do your journaling, set up your meetings, kind of all the things you're going to do. You do all that on the weekend. So that way, when it comes during the week and when it's time to, do the doing, right? When it comes time to do what you said you were going to do, you're ready. You're not prepping for your trades when it comes time to do them, but when it's time to do it, you're ready, right? So that money is made on the weekend. You're getting yourselves ready on the weekend. And I'm trying to make sure that the slides I need talk about ready on the weekend. I thought I had everything ready, but my slides don't look like they want to be ready. They don't look like they want to be ready, but I need them. I'm starting to do something here. I need my slides to be ready to do. Yes, watching the recording. Hey, James. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Melissa said, I've been watching recordings. Yeah. Definitely got to take time to get ourselves ready. Because when I start talking different terms and you're like, what she mean by that? And what's a VWAP? Who is she? Who is a VWAP? What is a VWAP? What are you talking about with that? We want to make sure that we know What we're talking about. Hey, Yusuf. All right, let's go ahead and get into this because once we finish this YouTube, the community and I will get onto our coaching call, and we take all the time that we need. But I did just get off the road, so that means I will be looking to shut it down, shut it down. Even though you're off for the weekend, you're in hotels, you kind of comfortable. You don't really get the same amount of rest when you in other people's beds, right? At hotel beds. Don't be taking off the bits and pieces and taking out clips. But when you're in the hotel room, you don't sleep the same. The temperatures don't be the same. And the pillows aren't the same. I was in a nice place. The Hilton was very comfortable, but it just wasn't mine. It wasn't my house and my bed and all those things. The coffee wasn't my coffee. And anyway, y'all already know. Hey, Denise, y'all already know all the stuff I'm saying. So let's move on. So as we go through everything we need to go through, we will do a comprehensive look, but we gonna go on about getting it looked at. All right. So this is where we are. The VIX right now is at 16.77, and it's a little wrong screen. I'm making things nothing like your own bed. I agree. Hey, Wink. Nothing like your own bed. It's at 16.77, down a little bit. Market being VIX being down 16 means the market generally is up a taste. VIX being down, market being up. Elite Trader seems to think that we're going up to all-time high again in the next week or so. Could very well happen. We already we're above 6,000 now. Well, we barely close above 6,000, but we're there either way. The week ahead, fresh inflation reading and a stock market near all-time highs. The May CPI will headline the week as the S&P 500 hovers near a new all-time high for the first time since February. Startup that makes a smartphone in U.S. has a message for Apple. Don't try to come for Apple. The folks will come get you. Trump says National Guard will restore order and end the unrest in L.A. The situation in L.A., all those ICE protests and the immigration issues over there, they had to bring in our troops had to go in there and help because it's out of order. It's out of control over there. Routine U.S. bond auction becomes a crucial test of investor appetite. Y'all already know them bond auctions will tell the story. U.S. and China to resume trade talks with focus on rare earth exports. Supreme Court test could make or break Trump tariffs. How to save for a vacation without going into debt. National Guard was deployed in L.A. against anti-deportation protesters. Executives converge on Washington to halt Trump's foreign investment tax. There's a lot happening. This always seems to happen over the weekend. Has anybody else noticed that? Over the weekend, all this stuff gets stirred up. All this stuff gets stirred up over the weekend, right? Gets all amped up. Monday, we've got final wholesale inventories coming in, yellow folder. Tuesday, NFIB Small Business Index. 4:30 API Weekly Statistical Bulletin. Wednesday, ding, 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 CPI, Consumer Price Index, is going to be Wednesday morning at 8:30. This is a red folder for a reason, right? These are the things that the consumers are facing, the pricing. What are we looking at from a consumer standpoint? Crude oil inventories and this 10-year bond auction. I don't know why they're leaving this as a yellow folder because this really need to be a red. This 10-year bond auction is what made the market go ballistic the last time it happened, which 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think it happened. Maybe it didn't feel like it was a month ago. Maybe because it might have been a month ago, but it didn't feel like it was a month ago. But the 10-year bond auction definitely ain't a yellow. The market fell. Yeah. Hey, Tanya. 10-year bond auction ought to at least be orange. Because it's definitely not a yellow. Federal budget balance, 2:00. Okay. PPI is then on Thursday morning at 8:30. This is the producer price index, which basically is business to business. When the producers start paying more for goods, they pass that price down, or those extra costs down, to the consumer. So generally we feel it the producers feel it before the consumers feel it. I'm gonna say we got away with it, but last time it wasn't as bad. But we probably gonna feel it with this PPI this time. We didn't feel it as much the last time, but I would venture to guess that the PPI gonna be a little different this time, because when the producers start feeling the crunch, that's when they start passing it down. Hey, Lisa. Okay, 10:30 natural gas storage, and then at 1 o'clock on Thursday, the 30-year bond auction. Again, need to not be yellow, needs to be orange. These bond auctions right here are the ones that say, okay, so this is what happened last time. They got to these bond auctions. The people were like, we want, I want to say it was a 5%. They want to say, we want 5%, right? We want 5% for our money because it's an auction, which means I can ask you for what I want. You can ask me for what you want. And then the people were like, the people who put money up going, yeah, I'll take that bond at 5%. Well, if I can get a steady or a 10-year 5% locked in for my money, guaranteed 5%, then why should I put in money in the stock market for a maybe 5% or maybe 10%, right? I could lock in 10 or 30 years at 5. So whatever is coming in the market, whatever is coming in the future, which we don't really know, but we do know that there's some stuff, recessions and all those things are getting talked about. If I could lock in my money for no work on my part and the government's going to insure it for 5%, then I'll put it over there. Well, anytime the bonds get equal to what the stock can do, then we cause problems in the stock market. People are like, okay, cool. But the people who do bonds are like, we don't want to give you 5% for it. We want to do bonds for 2 and 3. We want to do it for cheaper. They don't want to give those kind of returns on money for 10 years and 30 years. They don't want to do that. So it basically starts to become a thing. Like, you want 5% and we don't want to give you 5%. So the auction goes, no. That's where the problem comes in. But that's this week. Okay. That's again this week to Wednesday and Thursday. So that you expect with the CPI, PPI, and the bond auctions, expect some issues. Okay. We're expecting issues. So just know Wednesday and Thursday is probably going to have some volatility. Okay, and then Friday, we'll have the preliminary University of Michigan consumer sentiment and inflation expectations. Okay, so we got a few headwinds this week, as Jamie would say. We got some headwinds this week, definitely on Wednesday and Thursday. That PPI, CPI, and the bond auctions are going to cause some issues. Okay, let's go look at what last week did. I should have talked about last week first, but it's my show. I can go out of order because I do. I just go in the order I see stuff. Okay, this is the weekly chart, which means every candle is 1 week's worth of data. And we see last week was a green week. Our range was from 58.61 all the way up to 60.16. So that's about 150 points. Yep, about 150 points last week. Is that what it said? I can look over there. It says range 88 points. Is that 88 points? 61, 861, 961. Yeah. No, that's over 100 points. Why would that say that? Anyway, this was last week. It was a green week, top to bottom. We opened around 58.96 and we closed at 59.99. So that's 100 points, 103 points right there from open to close. But then we had a little bit of dip. And we went a little bit higher, but we opened and closed. The box is the open and the close. Let's look at the daily chart so we can see what each day looked like. We had, this was Monday. Had a nice green day on Monday. We had a dip though. Ooh, it dipped down big at the beginning, but then it ran right on back up. This was Monday. Tuesday. Wednesday was kind of a doji day. Not a lot happened. A lot of consolidation on Wednesday. Thursday, fall back. Ooh, it was a big old red day on Thursday. And then Friday, we definitely gapped up. And there's a gap that was left behind that needs to be identified on our chart. The gap is from the close of one day to the open of the next day. And you pull back off of the wick. So the close of this orange of Thursday's candle was down here at the bottom, close at the bottom, right? Open up here at the bottom of the green, and then it had some wick here, but all of this is a gap that will remain to be filled. And I'm not a speculator. But I'm speculating, even though I'm not a speculator, I'm going to speculate that some of this gap is going to get filled this week when we see them 10-year bond auctions. Yep, I'm going to speculate. But we did end the week at 6,000, just above 6,000, 6,000.37. So we ended just above there. But what's our all-time high so far? Where are we? Well, let's go. What's our all-time high? For now, all-time high looks like it's the high of this candle, which is 61.47. Can we run it? Can we run it up past 61.47? All things are possible. All things are possible. All right. But what do we trade in here? We trade what we see in this community. We trade. Y'all saw what I did there? I'm a poet and didn't know it. We trade what we see in this community. Yes, we do. But we've definitely been on a bullish move. You can look at our moving averages. This blue is the 50-period moving average. It was bullish, kind of leveled off for a minute and started to go bullish again. It's not strong bullish. It's not strong, but it is still bullish. Our moving averages are fanned out. This is a 20. This is a 50. We are kind of fanned out on the moving averages. This is the 100. Not hard fanned out, but we are still stretched out some. We're pretty far away from the 20 though, and the price does like to come back to the 20. It does like to come on back to the 20 like a magnet, and at this point we're a pretty good bit away from the 20. We'll see how that goes. I believe that's a 20-period moving. I'm gonna make sure I got the right. Yep, that's the 20 down here. This is the 20-period moving average, right where that gap is. I told you that gap was there. There we are. This is how SPX looked last week. We can go look at SPY, which is probably going to look very similar because they always do. SPY and SPX look similar. Let me see if I can get this gap stretched so we can see what is there. Close the gap a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. Yep. A little bit, a little bit, a little bit. That closed here, making sure I'm not leaving anything off of this chart that needs to be included. Okay, SPY closed last week at 599.14 is where it closed last week. Let me put another line up here. This is some resistance in the 610.55 area. That's the high for SPY is 613.23, and we're currently just below 600 on SPY. Not as bullish, still a bit bullish. We kind of flat on SPY as well. This is the 20-period moving average. They're fanned out as well, but that 50-period moving average is showing it kind of flat. Let's look at triple Q, the tech area. Same 50, the same kind of. It could go either way. We've dropped, and then nice little recovery off this bottom here of 408. Nice recovery off of 408. Actually, the low was even lower than 408. It was 402. So a nice recovery or buying the dip off of 402. This is triple Q we're talking about. And ran this right on back up. Yep. We got a few more gaps here that are waiting to be filled. They're still waiting. They're still waiting. The high here, nope, I don't want that one. High here is, or resistance here is about 539. Currently closed last week at 529 or around this area. 529 is where we closed. All right. IWM, the one who's usually a little late to the party, the small caps, usually a little late to the party. When I leave these lines on here, they give me too much to look at. So I have to move it. They have to move it. I have to move them. So otherwise, I need to start putting like, not identifiers, but maybe identifiers like, what is this particular line? Is it like the daily support, daily resistance. So I'll know what is the line here for. When I put what is the line here for, then, I can remember. Do you remember? Okay, so we closed on, or IWM, not we, I was not there. IWM closed on Friday at 211.90. IWM 50-period moving average had really been kind of flat. It has crossed over on the moving averages, but it's still more in a flat zone. I wouldn't say bullish or bearish. The 20-period moving average is here. The 100-period moving average, they're all kind of here together in this same candle. So now it really remains to be seen which direction IWM decides to go. It is above the 100-period moving average, so could continue on upwards a bit. But at this point, IWM is a wait and see. Now, according to the chart, we are looking bullish, but all the moving averages are here together. So it could be we're here and then we decide to go up some more, or we're here in the place and it decides to go down. This is the small caps. All right. That's what's going on with IWM. Let's go check out earnings for this coming week. Earnings this week, June 9th, we've got Monday, we've got Graham and MPAA is Monday before the market opens. After close, Casey, Calavo, Lakeland, Limonera, American Integrity, Skillsoft, and Comtech. Tuesday before the open, Unify, Academy, JM Smuckers Company, Designer Brands, Core and Main. And then Tuesday after close, GameStop, JitLab or GitLab, Dave & Buster's, Stitch Fix, and Pet Meds. Wednesday before open, Chewy, Victoria's Secrets, Vera Bradley, Cellpoint, and JGO. After close, Oracle and Oxford. You can tell that the season is kind of winding up because we don't have a lot on here. Thursday, we've got Lovesac, Hooker, and America's Car-Mart. After close, Adobe and RH. Friday morning before the market opens, we've got Money Hero. Looking at these, what would be anticipated? Probably GameStop. The Reddit boys might be looking for GameStop. Chewy seems to be, people seem to play Chewy, interestingly enough. And Oracle and Adobe are probably going to be anticipated. All righty. Let me see if I covered everything up here. I covered my charts. Don't forget our freebies channel, E2T-freebies, E2T-freebies. You want some freebies for the free? E2T-freebies.com. Let me put the link in here properly so that Facebook will allow it to go out properly. Here we go. E2T-freebies. If you haven't joined me on LinkedIn, I know y'all already on LinkedIn. Go ahead and follow me over on LinkedIn. Patterns Build Profit. Patterns Build Profit. The 3-step framework every options trader needs. Yes, patterns build profits. You got to have patterns because whatever you're doing, it has to be repeatable. If it's not repeatable, we got to have it repeatable. Go over to LinkedIn. If you're not there already, go over to LinkedIn. Follow me over there. Again, different kind of vibe over on LinkedIn. More educational. Patterns Build Profit, the 3-step framework every options trader needs. For sure. Okay. Over on LinkedIn. Let's go over here now and grab our slides. What did we do last week on the trades list? On the trades list, we did 100%, 100p. We did 100% on the trades list last week. Yes. Woo, woo. Woo, woo. Every trade on the list went 100%, was profitable on the list. Now, this list, I want to talk about it. Ooh, baby. We're going to talk about it because this watch list comes from Peakbot. The watch list comes from Peakbot. With Peakbot, I had Dylan on here. 2 weeks ago, was it? I think Dylan was on here 2 weeks ago talking about automated trading, right? Automated trading. Well, Peakbot has a watch list. This watch list runs every day, and every 5 minutes it updates. right? On this watch list comes all these stocks, and they've got nice criteria as to what's what. I used on the weekend, I used that list to create this trades list, right? And I put us, which I got a criteria, which things I pick off the list to create this. I use the watch list. I select the strikes, but I use the watch list from Peakbot because, I influence with them. I'm partner with Peakbot. Those my dudes. And we do do credit spreads over there. So I selected these stocks. My community and I traded a lot of them last week. I traded many of them in my own account because my membership now, we don't really trade credit spreads together. We just trade SPX and XSP. Now we focus in over there because we need to get that SPX and XSP money. But I still want to be able to do weeklies on these other stocks, right? I knew I couldn't really continue to focus in two areas. I don't got but so much bandwidth. So I'm doing automated trading on these other stocks. So I picked several of these off of the list and traded them in my account. Made some, trade alerts for the people who are in my community. If they wanted to trade them, they could. Or many of them did like I did and joined Peakbot. I am a member of Peakbot. I use Peakbot for my automated trading. Okay. What is automated trading? I select the stock. Peakbot or the bot enters those trades for me. It basically says, okay, now's a good time. It enters the trade for me. It connects with my broker, enters the trade just on the stock that I selected. It don't go in there and decide for itself what to do. No, it does. There's no thinking for itself. The bot doesn't do all that, right? I say, I want Amazon or I want Apple in this case. I pick Apple. The bot goes in and says, oh, she picked Apple. Let's go put her in the Apple trade. Pew. And then it collected my money. Okay, it said Apple. We're doing Apple. The trend says that it's bearish. The bot decides the trend. I do not. 207.5, 210 is the spread, right? The bot says, okay, we'll do that. And we're going to collect $23. I closed it for $5. I bought back. Means I kept $18 worth of profits. I did this on all these stocks last week: Apple, AbbVie, Amazon, SPY, Google, and CRM. Those are all the stocks that I traded last week, right? I kept $145 in profits. These are my profits, hands-free. When I say hands-free, all I did was select these six stocks. I selected these 6 stocks. The bot did the entering. And then the closed orders were the bot was entered and exited. Now I'm an active trader, so I can set my own closed orders, but the bot will do that for you too if you wanted to. It'll close on its own. You don't have to do nothing. I have other people who trade the bot, and all they do is pick the same stocks I pick, and the bot opens and closes. They don't do a thing, but just tell me that it's finished. Oh, yeah, my trade's closed up. So all of these opened and closed last week. I made $145 passive. This is what you call as passive income. You pick the stock, it does all the work for you, right? Tell you how much collateral I used there. That's a 12.5% return last week on my collateral. And I didn't do nothing but pick 6 stocks. That's all I did. I believe the membership that I have, the membership level that I use is like the $29 level. Peakbot.com/E2T. If you use that, you can get 50% off your first month, I believe. Right? That's my code. I picked those stocks. I got a bunch of my picks for this week too. I got to remember, it's a lot of my pick for this week because I was like, oh, this is perfect. I'll just, I can't trade all these other stocks because I don't have the ability to watch them to enter at the right time. That's really the thing. Entry is what's key, but the bot can enter when it needs to enter at the right time. And then all I do after that is set my close orders and let the time pass. I set a close order for profit for a stop loss. So when you worry about stop losses, I can set the order for a profit or stop loss. So if it gets past my, what I have set as a stop loss, it'll close it. That's the way we do that. So 12.5% return last week on my Peakbot trend spread list. Woo woo, we'll take it. So listen, we got We did 100% win rate on this list. Now, I don't trade everything on this list. As you saw, I traded the 6 things that were on the previous list, but I put out this list every week. This list, I don't have a list for this week because the watch list on Peakbot is very, very short. But I will put out a list tomorrow because I need to wait until the Peakbot list populates with more stocks. I should have took a screenshot of Friday at like 3:55. I need to remember to do that at the end of the day, to take a screenshot of it at the end of the day on Friday, so I have something to work with over the weekend. All right. Hey, we still got these mugs. Trade the chart and not your heart, because y'all already know how it's so impossible, and I'm gonna call it impossible. It is so impossible to have traded gear and mugs. It is so impossible to follow your trading plan in the midst of the heat of the moment. It's impossible because you're like, oh, it's gonna come back. Oh, it's gonna do its thing. Oh, it's going, and we need to follow the trading plan. So we're not trading our heart or trading our hope. I should probably put that on here too. Trade your chart, not your hope or your heart, because that hopium will get your trade going in the wrong direction. Nope. Go ahead over there and grab you a mug, okay? All right. One-on-one coaching is available. If you want to spend some time with me, just looking over your trading plan, looking over your strategy, designing a strategy, looking over some trades that you have that need some adjustment. Maybe you're something, your life has changed a bit and you need to adjust your strategy to match your new life. Maybe you've got some money. You need to see, how do I utilize this money? Maybe you are ready to scale up and you need to see, how can I scale up in a safe way? All the things, any of those questions, those are one-on-one type of questions, right? Go ahead and schedule yourself for a one-on-one with me. One-on-one. I know I say that so fast. A one-on-one with me. If you're in my community, you get that one-on-one with your membership, right? But you got to be in the membership in order to get your one-on-one. If you're not in the membership, you still can join us in the membership, because we still have it available. The membership, $147 a month. Over at, you can go to e2t.trading. We trade SPX and XSP every single day. Yes, profitably. If you follow me on social media, you can see that we are trading it every day, and I post the profits of people in the membership. One thing I need to start talking about, and I need to remind myself to start talking about it. Maybe I'll just start talking about it now that make me put it on my slides. Is E2T University. E2T University is coming in July. I have a lot of people who come and they want to join what we're doing, but they're not at the place where they really are ready to do SPX and XSP, which that really is a somewhat advanced strategy. But then they're ready. But these people need to start at the beginning. Well, E2T University is something that's going to be at the beginning. We're going to start with the basics. We're going to start with charting and candlesticks and what are options. And we're going to start with that. And we're going to bring you through from freshman level to sophomores, to juniors, to seniors. It's going to be like a university. And that's going to start in July. All right. I need to start talking about it more often, so that way we can start getting our wait list together and get people ready to start school. We might need to start it in August, because most schools start in August, right? May do that. But either way, E2T University is coming, because I do have people who want to be able to come along into the school. And it's been a minute since I offered options 411, because this is like options 411 remade, because options 411, though it included everything, we've got more stuff that needs to be in it to make sure that it's fully comprehensive. I want to make sure everything is included in the E2T University. So we'll be talking about it more this month and next month. It is coming. So those who are watching me and following me and really want to jump on this bandwagon and ride with the E2T crew, it's coming. Just keep your eyes open. Maybe you're like, the membership is something I'm interested in, but I don't know enough. Then just wait for E2T University. We got something coming for you. All right. We got something coming for you. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. All right. I believe I've covered everything I was going to cover today. And I'm going to wrap us up. All right. Tomorrow morning, I will be live on YouTube doing our pre-market talk, doing all the stuff that we do in the morning, getting us ready for our morning trading session, right? We'll do that. If you're in my community, we're going to go into Zoom in about 10 minutes. Y'all give me about 10 minutes and we'll be in the Zoom room. We're going to prep ourselves with our charting and all the stuff we need to do to get ready for tomorrow morning. So we'll be there in about 10 minutes. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to do us two good things. I wanted to see if I could find this other graphic before I go, because I feel like I wanted to share one more thing. Let me see if I can find it quickly. Maybe and maybe not. And let me see if I can grab hold to it. Are we in the right place? Nope, I'm not. Yes, I am. Where is it? Why is it not here? Nope, that's not what I wanted to be. Come on, quickly. We need to show the people quickly. Oh, there it is. Let me see if it's something I wanted to bring about. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. I got it. As Keith Lee says, I got it. Let's try it and rate it 1 through 10. Y'all watch Keith Lee? I watch Keith Lee. He does all kind of cute little videos. Where did it go that fast? Well, where'd it go? I just had the thing. I just had it. Poof. Here it is. Oh, there you are. Okay. Now I got to go share my screen. There we go. Share the right screen. Add to the stage. This is what I'm going to share on my way out the door. Add to the stage. Okay, I'm going to remove you, and then I'm going to share you. Let's make it bigger. Is this good? Yes. Okay. The option seller zone daily trading mantras. We're going to start doing these more often. Y'all already know I do my stay green and get this money. Stay green and get this money. And we're going to stack our small wins. Base hits. Anybody who knows anything about baseball or been watching the softball. Oh my goodness. I've been loving the softball tournaments. And now they got the professional softball league. I think it's called the AUSL. They started yesterday or day before yesterday. Oh my goodness. I'm like, yes. I used to play softball when I was younger. Anyway, we're stacking small wins, because y'all know I go down rabbit holes. We're stacking small wins, which means if we can get our base hits and we can keep getting base hits, makes me think about my girl TJ, Sassy Linda. TJ will take her $50 and $100 and be like, yes, I'm leaving here with something. And you keep stacking your small wins, $100 every single day, 100. That's $500 a week. $2,000 a month. You can feel like $50 ain't that much at a time, but you stack those up, they add right on up. Okay. Stay green. Get this money. Stack your small wins. We trade for consistency, not for excitement. We trading for consistency. Second mantra: no amount is too small. Every dollar moves us closer. Profit is profit. Compounding takes care of the rest. I hope y'all can see this comfortably. Number 3, which is something we need to all adopt strongly. We don't let a green trade go red. This got me this week. I let a good green trade go red because I was holding out for a few more dollars. Stuff I tell people don't do. Here I was letting that green trade went red. It was frustrated me. I frustrated with myself just to know that even the coach has to make herself follow the rules too. When 50% profit shows up, secure the bag and live to trade again. Control your emotions and execute the plan. Discipline pays and FOMO costs you. It will cost you. The goal is daily income, not daily action. If the setup is not there, protect your capital and wait. Sometimes we don't trade. We are master traders and not gamblers. I love my mentor to pieces. I was talking to him about trading while I was traveling on Friday. it was a lot. It was overwhelming because I was trading and we were riding and it was a lot. And he said, he calls me AP. He said, AP, I don't know why you trading in a car. I was like, cuz. He was like, no, no, no. You are moving too much weight to be trading in a car. You need to be sitting still with all your stuff. And when you're not able to do that, then you don't trade. This is the stuff that you need. That's what you need mentors for. You need mentors to say. He's like, and now you could call trades for your community if you want to. There's nothing wrong with that. He's like, but you don't need to trade. You didn't have to trade. I talked about all the reasons why I was trading, and in my mind, they were good. Listen, Janae, I see you. They were good. I thought they were good reasons, but he also gave good reasons. All right. Yes, I do listen because yes, I do listen. Okay. Those were our 5 daily mantras. I'm getting off here. This is the conversation that we have inside my membership, not inside of a YouTube video. But you need a mentor. If you don't have one, you need a mentor. And I'm willing to be your mentor if you're willing to have me, because everybody need one. Even the coaches need somebody who coach them. Every coach needs a coach, right? If you got a coach who don't have a coach, you need to find you a new coach. Because every coach needs a coach, period. Okay. All righty. I want y'all to stay green and I want y'all to get this money. I will see y'all in the morning. Okay. I will see you at 8:45 in the morning. All right. For my folks who are with me, I'll see y'all in about 10 minutes. Look for me at 7:30. Okay. All right. I'll see y'all later. Goodbye, everyone. Bye-bye.